Discretion is advised.
Yes, activist Jay Morrison. All right, Jay, before we went to break, you were explaining all these government programs that were designed and currently are designed to hold black people back.
Absolutely.
But again, in your tweet, you term it as government as a hate group.
Correct.
Now, right now, you have a
What
black...
was my tweet? Let's be correct about that. It wasn't my tweet.
Oh, that wasn't your tweet initially?
No,
okay.
that was not my
I'm
tweet.
glad. I'm sorry, then. I misquoted you. He added your name to the tweet, then.
Right.
We're talking about the killer of the police officers in Baton Rouge.
Absolutely.
Who had one Twitter account called Convos with Cosmo. But he did reach out to you because he felt that you guys might have been like-minded on some of this stuff. Not necessarily going as far as murdering anyone, but certainly on the idea that black people are victims in this country, despite the fact we have a black president and a whole lot of black people in this government who have been in position for almost 8 years.
Right. Who are
you think
in the
Barack
same
Obama?
system.
You think Barack Obama hates black people?
I don't think that all cops hate black people. I don't think that all government officials hate black people. What I'm saying is that you could put good people in a bad... You're a businessman, you know. You could put good people in a bad system. If the company culture is screwed up, then it's going to play out in the market. Well, the market for us is a treatment of African people in America. And it's proven by, Jane Elliott said it best. You can ask a room full of European Americans, white people, and ask them, will you trade places with the treatment of African American? And not one would say yes. If it was fair, they all would say, sure, I would. So ask your white friends at home and ask them, would you trade places with the treatment of black people in America? And not one would, because we all know it's unfair.
Well, I don't want to speak for all white people here, but I will say a lot of people would probably turn around and say the worst part about the treatment of black people in America is how black people treat each other in America.
But see, why is it always a spin?
It's not a spin. It's a fact. If we're laying out the factual issues, and we're going to rank them in terms of what's the most critical in terms of making black life miserable in America, I personally think I would put the way black people treat black people at the top.
I'm all for self-accountability. I call you king, and I call all our black women queens to purposely elevate and uplift them. That's what I've been doing it for a year now. I don't use any other words other than king or queen referring to our own, because we've been personally degraded. We degrade ourselves, and we've been degraded. But we always spin the point.
It's not a spin. How do we fix that?
You have to take...
How do we fix that? Black people killing black people.
When does the perpetrator take acceptance? Right? You want the victim to take acceptance, but when does the perpetrator, the government who created this system,
not the government,
that has abused and traumatized the people?
Not the government. I'm talking about the young brothers who are going to kill each other this weekend all across this country. I know what you're talking about. I'm okay with self-accountability. Killing each other?
No, I'm okay with self-accountability.
How do you fix that then?
How do we fix that? It's through our repair curriculum. Right now, we're repairing ourselves by unifying ourselves. I have a solution for us. The solution for us is for us to get some self-dignity, self-pride by us unifying, understanding that before we're American, we're African first. That's why it's African-American. And when African people realize that we are one people who are the source of African cultures and tribes and countries that were brought here, captured here, and been left in this crap to deal with it ourselves, then we'll unite and we'll fix our own problems. But we cannot forget the perpetrator who caused this misery for us.
I think we're all Americans first and foremost.
You're not.
First and foremost, yes. I am an American, and I'm of African descent, and I'm proud of that.
Right.
But I'm more proud of being an American more than anything else.
Before your great-grandparents were American, they were African.
It doesn't matter. There are people going to be
free Africans.
Jay, they're going to be people sworn in tomorrow.
Before they were colonized Americans, they were free Africans.
They're going to be people sworn in tomorrow, and guess what? They're going to have tears streaming down their eyes because they get to be a part of this great American dream.
They want to assimilate while the majority of their people are in misery. I get it. I'm doing well for myself. You're doing well. There's a 10% of us that do well. But what about the rest of us who are left in the ghettos, who are left in poverty, who are left with low education, who are left to deal with this?
And yet...
Don't forget about your people, King.
And yet... No, well, listen. By saying being honest...
Who caused this misery for your people? Who caused this misery for your people?
I know
what system did.
The misery I've seen in my own life, most of it against black people have been at the hands of other
And
black
what's the
people.
other?
The murders I've seen.
Other?
The stabbings I've seen.
Who put them in that condition?
The harm I've seen.
Who put them in that condition? Who broke them down that way?
Okay, that's what I've seen.
Who degraded them that way? Who demoralized them that way?
Ultimately, Jay.
Who dehumanized them that way? Where did they get that condition from, King?
Jay, ultimately, it's not going to wash. It doesn't wash now.
What's the root of black people being in the condition they are?
Before I let you go,
stop talking about the leaves. What's the root?
Do you condemn what happened in Baton Rouge?
Do I condemn what happened in Baton Rouge?
The killing of those police officers?
The killing of Alvin Sterling?
Of those police officers.
I condemn all killings of all human beings. I don't think any human being should be taken. A God-given life should not be taken by another human being. I condemn all God-given life being taken by someone.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right, we're going to have to leave it there. Hopefully we can have this conversation again sometime in the near future.
Never forget the root of our problem.
All right.
one, of course, and I got into a lot of hot water for this. I said that the Black Lives Matter movement is becoming the new KKK. You echoed that sentiment, saying that maybe I was onto something. Let's talk about it.
No, absolutely. Well, the thing with this is the thing about the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party is based on, it's always been founded on the idea that somebody else should benefit from the labor or the forced expense of someone else. That's what it is. And in order for this to happen, you're going to have to use discourse in order to make this happen. You're going to have to play on people's victim mentality. You're going to have to play on their entitlements. And you're going to have to position yourself as some sort of agent of supremacy, whether it is a racial supremacy or whether it is a moral supremacy or something like that. That is what the Democrats are. That is what they've always been. Today, with Black Lives Matter, even though they're going to say that all lives matter, but at this time right now, it's Black Lives Matter. They're still positioning themselves for a sense of moral supremacy. They're even positioning themselves as victim supremacy. Right now, catering to your victim reigns supreme. That takes precedence over everything else. And it's easy to tap into people's emotions for that, and they are using it. Right now, the Democrats, whether it was even white supremacy or anything else, like racism has always been at the core of what it is that they're doing. Right now, they're just playing it from another angle. It's still racial division. It's still segregation. It's still the institution. It's still the culture of playing the race. Because racism, let me just say this real quick. Racism is not going to die because of two reasons: money and votes. And as long as people can gain votes off of it, and as long as people can profit off of it, you're always going to see things like this, and Democrats will always benefit from it.
Well, imagine if there was true equality. Imagine if we were colorblind, or that we saw color, but it didn't matter to us anymore. Imagine if we started heading more in that direction, as I believe we were before the presidency of Barack Obama. I think that we were heading in that direction. I think that we were healing as a nation. I think that our children were growing up with black friends and white friends and brown friends and Asian friends, and I didn't think they thought anything of it. They were still playing soccer. They were playing t-ball. They were dancing. They didn't care. And then the Democrats ushered in, and they said, oh, wait. White people hate you. You're the victims. Black Lives Matter more. And that's exactly what they're doing. Michelle Obama's doing it. Hillary Clinton is doing it. Perhaps worse of all. And that's the thing that I speak about, that I get so much crap from the left about. Hillary Clinton is essentially standing up there and saying, look at me. I'm a white woman. I'm white as snow, and I'm going to protect you. I'm going to be your voice. I'm going to right the wrongs that have been done to you. And these people that fall all over her, especially the African Americans, I've been telling them, you're being pawns in her game to get elected. But they don't see it. I don't understand how it's not clear as day to these people.
I would offer this, and the thing is, this isn't anything new, as you know. This was something that was set forth. Well, let's say it got a booster shot from LBJ himself, who basically took the credit for the Democrat Party when it was Republicans who pushed through the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. But LBJ wants to be the guy who took the credit for what it is that black people are enjoying today, and said, I'll have those N-words voting for a Democrat for the next 200 years. Well, this is still in effect. And how do you do it? You do it with pandering. You do it with accusations. Accusations is a very powerful tool. You destroy people with accusations, right? That's why it's one of the commandments. Do not bear false witness against your neighbor. It results in destruction and murder.
We are following a developing story from downtown Youngstown this afternoon. An attorney was removed from court today and placed in jail after a judge declared her in contempt. The reason? She refused to take off a Black Lives Matter button she was wearing. First News reporter Amanda Smith is live downtown this afternoon with brand new details. Amanda?
Lauren, Andrea Burton was ordered to serve 5 days in jail for that contempt of court charge. Now, I did hear that some local attorneys are starting to put together a motion to have the judge's order put on hold for at least until they can argue the case before court. There's no word yet on if that motion has actually been filed. Now, just to recap there, attorney Andrea Burton is in custody today for 5 days. That was at the order of Judge Millich at the Youngstown Municipal Court. She refused to take off her political button that said Black Lives Matter. Now, judges can set rules for their courtroom. I'm not sure where this fits in the realm of what rules they can set for their courtrooms, but I'll be looking into that today. I'll have more on this developing story tonight at 5 and 6. For now, live in downtown Youngstown, Amanda Smith, WKBN 27 First News.
I need all white people to move to the back. This is a black and brown in the back of this march, because it will be truly led by the black and brown community, and that's it. All white people to move to the back. Make space, because this is a black resistance march.
Right.
This is a black resistance march. I need all white people to move to the back and make room for my black and brown brothers and
Here's
sisters.
the bottom line. As a prosecutor, I prosecuted cops who didn't do their jobs. But there is a social contract in this country, and we have vigilante justice if we don't follow it. That means the police do their job, you don't like what they do, then you make a complaint. You don't go out and kill cops like 5 in Dallas because they're white.
A post by a member of the student leadership at the University of Houston about Black Lives Matter has some students calling for her to be removed from her position. But some say the critics are just being too sensitive. Eyewitness News reporter Caitlin McCulley is live with both sides of the controversy in a story you'll only see here on 13. Caitlin?
Melanie, in her Facebook post, the vice president of the Student Government Association said, quote, "Forget Black Lives Matter. It's more like all lives matter." Now, some students are calling for her to resign. After 5 police officers were shot and killed in Dallas Thursday, Rohini Sethi, vice president of the student body at UH, posted this on Facebook, saying, quote, "Forget Black Lives Matter. More like all lives matter."
Just for her to say that forget Black Lives Matter is just a punch in the stomach.
Nala Hughes is one of many students here at UH who felt insulted by what Rohini said. She tells me she knows all lives matter, but that the deaths of Philando Castile and Alton Sterling highlight a specific problem.
Because everybody does matter, but right now it's the black people, it's the black community.
When I saw it, I was kind of like, ooh, I cringed a little. I cringed a lot, actually, because I was like, this is a student leader on our campus.
Shay Smith and other students are using the hashtag #RemoveRohini on Twitter. They don't think Rohini deserves to keep her office. Rohini wasn't able to meet for an interview today, but she posted this response on Facebook, saying in part, quote, "My response has caused enormous pain for many members of our community, and I think it is high time that I clarify my statement. Our community is the most diverse in the nation, and we should cherish the lessons that it teaches us. I hope to embrace language that binds us together rather than language that singles some out." Some students accept her response.
She did say I acted in my own flawed way, as many do, which I totally agree because I make mistakes.
I'm seeing how her thought pattern is, and that she didn't actually mean that black lives don't matter.
For others,
she doesn't seem to be have any kind of remorse for what she said.
They still feel hurt by her words. And students who want Rohini to step down want more than that. They want to promote understanding. They want people to know why they were so insulted. Coming up at 6:30, I'll explain how they plan on doing that. For now, we're live from UH. Caitlin McCulley, 13 Eyewitness News.